Close your eyes, take a deep, grounding breath, and let the weight of the day drift away. As you settle into this space of stillness, I want to thank you for joining our journey through the stars. If these quiet explorations of the cosmos bring you peace, I invite you to subscribe and become a part of our gentle community. It is a small gesture, but it allows us to keep weaving these stories for you, ensuring that the wonders of the universe are always here to guide you into a restful sleep. Tonight, we drift into the silent theater of the deep void to witness a rare and ancient messenger. Known only as 3I Atlas, this visitor does not belong to our sun or our familiar planets. It is a traveler from the great beyond, a shadow moving through the velvet dark, carrying secrets from a time long before our world was born. Imagine the absolute stillness of the interstellar medium, the vast, cold stretches of space between the stars. It is here, in this eternal quiet, that 3I Atlas has spent eons. It does not move with the frantic energy of the world we know. Instead, it glides with a steady, purposeful grace. Scientists first glimpsed its faint emerald glow as it breached the borders of our solar system, a ghostly beacon against the backdrop of infinite black. This object is unlike anything we have encountered before. While the comets of our own neighborhood are made of ice and familiar dust, Atlas is a giant composed of different materials, exhaling clouds of carbon dioxide in a way that defies our traditional understanding of celestial bodies. It is a relic of a distant galaxy's birth, a fragment of a story that began billions of years ago in a far-off corner of the Milky Way. As we follow its path, visualize the soft, shimmering green of its coma, a gentle veil of light that wraps around its massive, silent core. It passes the frozen giants and the red plains of Mars, not as an intruder, but as a fleeting guest. It reminds us that we are part of something much larger, a cosmic ballet that has been performing since the beginning of existence. Let your mind drift with Atlas, moving further away from the noise of life into the cool, protective embrace of the stars. You are safe, you are still, and you are traveling through the most beautiful mysteries of the night. Chapter 1. The Arrival of the Silent Traveler. Close your eyes, let your shoulders drop, and allow the steady rhythm of your breath to anchor you to this moment of stillness. As you settle into the soft embrace of the night, I want to invite you to join our growing community of stargazers. If these journeys into the deep unknown help you find peace, please consider subscribing. Your presence here allows us to continue charting the silent wonders of the universe together, one quiet story at a time. Imagine, if you will, the absolute cold of the interstellar void, the vast, lonely stretch between the stars, where light travels for years without ever touching a single atom of matter. This is the realm of the eternal shadow, a place where the concept of home does not exist. Yet, moving through this darkness is a ghost, a messenger from a sun we will never see. This is the story of 3I Atlas, the third interstellar visitor ever recorded by human eyes, a giant that has crossed the threshold of our solar system not as a resident, but as a fleeting, ancient guest. For eons, this object drifted in the thick disk of our galaxy, a region far above the crowded spiral arms where the oldest stars reside. Astronomers estimate that 3I Atlas has been traveling for over 7 billion years. To put that into perspective, our own Earth, with all its mountains, oceans, and history, is a mere youth compared to this traveler. Atlas was already ancient when our sun was nothing more than a swirling cloud of gas and dust. It has witnessed the birth and death of countless solar systems, gliding through the vacuum with a silent, stoic grace that defies our understanding of time itself. As it approached the outer edges of our neighborhood, it didn't announce itself with a roar or a flash. Instead, it appeared as a tiny, almost imperceptible smudge of light on a digital sensor in Hawaii. The Atlas telescopes, designed to watch for threats from the dark, captured a motion that shouldn't have been there. It was moving too fast, nearly 60 kilometers every single second. At that speed, the sun's gravity, which holds the mighty Jupiter and the distant Neptune in its grip, was powerless to capture it. Atlas wasn't falling into our system, it was passing through it, a bullet of ice and stone aimed at the heart of the inner planets. Visualize the sheer scale of this visitor. Most comets we know are like small hills, but Atlas is a mountain. Stretching over 46 kilometers in diameter, it is a behemoth of the void. As it drew closer to the warmth of our sun, something miraculous began to happen. The frozen gases trapped within its ancient crust began to stir. But unlike the water-rich comets of our own Oort cloud, Atlas began to exhale a different breath, a massive, shimmering cloud of carbon dioxide. This gas, glowing with a faint, ethereal green hue, began to wrap around the object like a protective shroud, creating a coma so vast it could swallow a planet. The mystery of Atlas lies not just in its size, but in its composition. It carries a chemical signature that is alien to our sun. It is a fragment of another world's beginning, a piece of a puzzle from a star system that might have vanished billions of years ago. As we watch it glide past the orbits of the outer giants, we are forced to confront the reality that we are not alone in the dark. The universe is constantly reaching out, sending these silent emissaries to remind us of the infinite stories unfolding just beyond our reach. As your mind drifts with the green glow of Atlas, the silence of space begins to feel less like a void and more like a sanctuary. We are merely at the beginning of this encounter, standing on the shore as a great ship passes in the night. The traveler is moving deeper now, leaving the cold suburbs of the solar system behind and heading toward the inner warmth, where the secrets of its true nature will finally be revealed. But as the sun's rays begin to touch the ancient surface of Atlas, the mystery only deepens, leading us to wonder what lies beneath that shimmering green veil. Chapter 2. The Emerald Veil and the Ancient Echo. Close your eyes once more and feel the weight of your body pressing gently into the surface beneath you. The vastness of space is not a place to fear, but a sanctuary of quietude where the loud echoes of the world simply cannot reach. As we continue our journey alongside 3i Atlas, let the rhythm of your breathing become as steady and slow as the motion of the stars. If you find comfort in these deep space meditations, I invite you to subscribe to our channel. Your support is the gentle gravity that keeps this project in orbit, allowing us to bring the calm of the cosmos to seekers of rest everywhere. As 3i Atlas moves deeper into the warmth of our inner solar system, it undergoes a transformation that is both beautiful and deeply puzzling. In the absolute cold of the interstellar void, it was a dark, silent monolith, a mountain of stone and frozen gases sleeping in a dreamless state for billions of years. But now, as the rays of our sun begin to brush against its ancient surface, the traveler is waking up. It is shedding its winter coat, releasing a vast shroud of gas that astronomers call a coma. Yet, this is no ordinary comet's tail. Instead of the brilliant white or soft blue we often see from local comets, Atlas is wrapped in an ethereal, shimmering emerald veil. Imagine a cloud of glowing green light, so large that it spans hundreds of thousands of miles, cradling the dark heart of the object within. This green glow is the signature of diatomic carbon and cyanogen, gases being energized by the solar wind. To look upon it is to look upon a ghostly beacon, a lantern lit by a sun it does not belong to. But the mystery goes deeper than the color. When scientists analyzed the breadth of this giant, they found something startling. Most comets in our solar system are dirty snowballs, composed primarily of water ice. 3I Atlas, however, is breathing out carbon dioxide at a rate 16 times higher than its water content. It is a dry, carbon-rich behemoth, a composition that suggests it was born in a star system fundamentally different from our own, perhaps one where the chemistry of life and planets took a much different path. As you visualize this green giant gliding past the orbit of Jupiter, think about the silence of its passage. There is no sound in the vacuum, only the soft, invisible pressure of light pushing against the emerald mist. The scale of Atlas is difficult for the human mind to grasp. At 46 kilometers wide, it is larger than many cities, a mountain of primordial matter that has remained unchanged since the early days of the Milky Way. Its surface is a rugged landscape of craters and ridges, carved by impacts from other star systems long before it began its long trek toward us. In the quiet observation rooms back on Earth, the data tells a story of a pristine object. Because it has spent billions of years in the deep freeze of the interstellar medium, 3I Atlas is a time capsule. It carries within its frozen layers the original chemistry of its parent star. By studying the light reflecting off its green veil, we are effectively peering back 7 billion years. We are seeing the building blocks of a distant corner of the galaxy, a place where the stars may be older, the planets more ancient, and the laws of chemistry slightly skewed from our own. It is a reminder that our solar system is just one small room in a vast, sprawling mansion of infinite variety. There is a strange comfort in the age of this traveler. It has survived the collapse of nebulae and the supernova explosions of distant neighbors. It has drifted through the gravitational tides of the galaxy's thick disk, a region populated by the elders of the Milky Way. To Atlas, the rise and fall of civilizations on a small blue planet are but the blink of an eye. It moves with the patience of the truly eternal. As we watch it, we are invited to share in that patience, to realize that our worries, our stresses, and our fleeting moments of haste are insignificant against the backdrop of a 7 billion-year journey. The green light of the coma acts as a bridge between the known and the unknown. As the object reaches its perihelion, its closest point to our Sun, the activity on its surface reaches a crescendo. Great geysers of carbon dioxide erupt into the void, feeding the emerald cloud and pushing the object slightly off its predicted path. This non-gravitational acceleration was what first tipped off scientists that they were dealing with something truly special. It wasn't just drifting, it was reacting, breathing, and changing as it interacted with our star. But even as we marvel at the emerald veil, we must look closer at the heart of the traveler. There is a strange absence here, a lack of iron, and a surprising abundance of nickel. In our solar system, these two metals are almost always found together in specific ratios. In the heart of Atlas, that ratio is broken. It is a chemical anomaly that whispers of a different kind of origin, perhaps a supernova of a specific type that enriched its home nebula with unusual elements. Every piece of data we gather is a syllable in a language we are only just beginning to translate. Let your mind drift deeper into the emerald mist. Feel the coolness of the cosmic dark and the soft, radiant energy of the green glow. You are a passenger on this ancient ship, moving through a neighborhood of giants. You have passed the gas giants, their swirling storms distant and peaceful, and you are now entering the realm of the rocky worlds. The sun is growing larger in the sky, a brilliant golden orb that illuminates every jagged peak and deep canyon on the surface of Atlas. As the traveler continues its inward plunge, the heat begins to uncover even deeper layers of its history. Below the carbon dioxide ice lie secrets that have been hidden for eons, clues to the very nature of interstellar space and the frequency with which these visitors grace our shores. The journey is far from over, and the most profound revelations are still waiting in the shadows of the inner system. As Atlas prepares to make its closest pass to Earth, the emerald veil begins to pulse with a new intensity, as if the traveler itself is sensing the proximity of another world, leading us to wonder what final message this ancient messenger has brought across the stars. Chapter 3. The Chemical Ghost of a Foreign Star. Close your eyes and let the darkness behind your eyelids become the canvas of the cosmos. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest, a steady rhythm that mirrors the slow, patient pulse of the universe. As we drift deeper into the mysteries of the traveler, known as 3-Eye Atlas, I want to thank you for finding your way to this quiet corner of the stars. If these explorations help you find the rest you deserve, I invite you to subscribe. Your support allows us to keep the lanterns lit in this vast, cosmic library, ensuring there is always a peaceful story waiting for you at the end of the day. We have watched the emerald veil of 3-Eye Atlas shimmer against the blackness of the solar system. But now, we must look beneath the glow. To understand what this visitor truly is, we must look at the atoms it carries, the chemical fingerprints of a home it left billions of years ago. In the quiet laboratories where light is broken into its component colors, scientists have found something that challenges our very definition of a comet. In our own solar system, comets are predictable. They are the frozen leftovers of our sun's birth, rich in water ice and silicate dust. But Atlas is a chemical ghost, a relic of a star system that grew up under very different rules. The most striking anomaly lies in its metallic heart. When astronomers peer through the green mist of the coma to analyze the solid nucleus, they find a strange imbalance. In almost every object in our neighborhood, from the iron-rich core of the Earth to the asteroids that tumble between Mars and Jupiter, iron and nickel are constant companions. They are the cosmic twins, forged together in the hearts of dying stars and scattered across the nebula. Yet, in 3-Eye Atlas, the iron is missing. It is as if this object was born in a place where the fires of creation burned differently, producing an abundance of nickel while leaving the iron behind. This is not just a scientific curiosity. It is a whisper from a distant past, a hint that the nebula which birthed Atlas was shaped by a specific, rare type of supernova, a cosmic explosion so unique that it rewrote the recipe for matter itself. Visualize the surface of Atlas, a landscape of dark, jagged spires and deep, shadowed basins. Because it lacks the structural stability of iron-rich rock, the surface is fragile, held together by the crushing cold and the faint gravity of its 46-kilometer frame. As it moves closer to the Sun, the internal pressures of expanding gases cause the crust to groan and shift. It is a world in transition, a silent giant that is slowly being unmade by the very light that reveals it to us. The carbon dioxide geysers we observed earlier are not just surface features. They are vents for a subterranean pressure that has been building for 7 billion years. As you drift with the motion of this ancient traveler, consider the journey it has taken to reach this moment. Before it entered our system, it spent eons in the thick disk of the Milky Way. This is the attic of our galaxy, a place where the old stars live, far above the frantic, star-forming activity of the spiral arms. These stars are poor in heavy elements, relics of an era when the universe was still learning how to build complex matter. 3I Atlas is a child of that era. It is a messenger from the dawn of the galaxy, the time when the first generations of stars were just beginning to seed space with the ingredients for planets and life. The absence of iron suggests that Atlas was formed in a star system that might have been one of the first to attempt planet building. Perhaps its home star was a lonely, pale sun on the outskirts of the galactic center, a star that burned out long before our own sun was even a spark of gravity. When we look at Atlas, we aren't just looking at a rock. We are looking at a fossil of a lost world. We are seeing the raw materials of a solar system that never quite became like ours, a place where the mountains might have been made of nickel and the oceans might have been liquid carbon dioxide. This realization brings a profound sense of scale to our journey. We often think of our solar system as the standard, the blueprint for how the universe works. But Atlas reminds us that we are just one variation in an infinite theme. There are trillions of objects, like Atlas, drifting in the dark between the stars, each one carrying a unique chemical signature, a unique history, and a unique story of a star that once was. They are the seeds of the galaxy, scattered by the winds of gravity, waiting for a chance to be seen. The silence of Atlas is its greatest power. It does not broadcast signals. It does not carry lights. It simply exists, a monument to the endurance of matter across the gulfs of time. As it glides past the orbit of Mars, the heat of the sun begins to reach even the deepest, most shielded pockets of its interior. The emerald veil grows thicker, and the non-gravitational movements become more pronounced. It is as if the object is being pushed by an invisible hand, a reaction to the solar energy that is both physical and poetic. Let yourself feel the coolness of the deep vacuum and the faint, rhythmic pulse of the carbon dioxide geysers. You are floating in the wake of an ancient traveler, a witness to a chemical mystery that spans the breadth of the galaxy. The light of the sun is gold, the glow of the coma is green, and the heart of the traveler is a dark, nickel-rich mystery that has finally found its way into the light. As the heat intensifies, the structural integrity of the giant begins to reach a breaking point. The very gases that give it its beautiful green shroud are also the forces that threaten to tear it apart. We are approaching the most volatile stage of its visit, where the ancient ice meets the modern fire of our star, and the secrets of its long-lost home will either be fully revealed or lost forever in a cloud of cosmic dust. The path ahead is narrowing, and the sun's gravity is pulling Atlas into a tight, accelerating curve that will bring it closer to the hearth of our world than it has ever been to any star in 7 billion years. It is a moment of profound tension and beauty, a cosmic encounter that is reaching its breathtaking climax, leading us to wonder what will remain of this ancient ghost once the sun has finished its fiery interrogation. Chapter 4: The Interstellar Anomaly and the Oumuamua Legacy. Close your eyes and sink deeper into the stillness. Let the soft, dark currents of the cosmic ocean carry you further away from the noise of the waking world. As we drift through the shimmering emerald wake of 3I Atlas, we find ourselves at the heart of a grander mystery, a lineage of travelers that have forever changed how we view the void. If these explorations into the unknown provide you with a sense of peace and wonder, I invite you to subscribe. Your presence helps us keep our eyes on the horizon, following the light of these ancient messengers wherever they may lead. As we observe 3I Atlas accelerating through the inner solar system, we cannot help but look back at those who came before. In the history of human observation, only 2 other visitors have been confirmed to come from beyond our sun. The first was the enigmatic Oumuamua, a name that means first messenger from afar. When it arrived, it shattered our preconceptions. It was not a comet with a visible tail, but a dry, elongated splinter of rock that behaved in ways that defied physics. It accelerated without a coma, leading some to whisper of artificial origins, of solar sails, or of technology drifting derelict through the stars. 3I Atlas, however, represents a different kind of mystery, one that is both more familiar and yet deeply alien. Visualize the comparison between these 2 cosmic nomads. While Oumuamua was small and silent, Atlas is a gargantuan presence, a 46-kilometer mountain wrapped in a glowing green atmosphere. It is the interstellar anomaly that brings together the features of a comet with the chemical makeup of a foreign galaxy. Scientists are using the data from Atlas to re-evaluate everything they thought they knew about Oumuamua and the second visitor, Borisov. Atlas sits in the middle, a bridge between the rocky and the icy, a hybrid born in a star system where the boundaries between matter were drawn differently. The presence of Atlas is a reminder that the space between stars is not an empty desert. It is a highway. For billions of years, these objects have been crisscrossing the galaxy, carrying the building blocks of life and the chemical signatures of dead suns from one side of the Milky Way to the other. We once thought our solar system was an isolated island, but Atlas proves we are part of a vast, interconnected ecosystem. Every interstellar object that passes through our neighborhood is a piece of a puzzle, and Atlas is the largest piece we have ever held. As you drift alongside the giant, notice how the light of our sun interacts with its alien surface. The non-gravitational acceleration that puzzled scientists with Oumuamua is also present here. But with Atlas, we can see the cause. The massive outgassing of carbon dioxide acts like a natural thruster, a gentle cosmic engine fueled by the sun's warmth. Yet, the sheer scale of this movement is unprecedented. It suggests that the interior of Atlas is porous, perhaps filled with ancient voids and caverns that have trapped gases for 7 billion years. It is a honeycomb of history, a structure that shouldn't survive the tidal forces of our sun, and yet it glides on, unfazed. There is a profound sense of legacy in this chapter of our journey. By studying Atlas, we are finally answering the questions that Oumuamua left behind. We are learning that interstellar objects are as diverse as the stars themselves. Some are dark and silent, others are bright and volatile. Some carry the iron of their home stars, while others, like Atlas, are ghosts of nickel and gas. This diversity tells us that the rules of planetary formation are not universal. In some corners of the galaxy, planets might be born from clouds of pure carbon. In others, water might be the rarest substance in existence. Feel the cool, invisible wind of the solar system pushing against the emerald veil. You are witnessing a moment of supreme scientific transition. We are no longer just looking at a rock. We are looking at the evolution of our own understanding. The Oumuamua legacy was one of doubt and speculation, but the Atlas legacy is one of clarity and connection. It teaches us that the universe is far more crowded and far more talkative than we ever dared to imagine. As 3I Atlas moves toward its closest point to our world, the emerald coma expands, reflecting the golden light of the sun back into the dark. It is a breathtaking sight, a green star moving through the constellations, a visitor from the thick disk paying its respects to a younger sun. The data streaming into our telescopes is rewriting the textbooks in real time, teaching us about the density of the interstellar medium and the frequency of these encounters. We now know that at any given moment, there are likely thousands of interstellar objects passing through our solar system, most of them too small or too dark to be seen. Atlas is simply the one that was large enough to be heard. Let your thoughts settle like the ancient dust on the surface of the traveler. The mysteries of the past are beginning to align with the observations of the present. We are part of a cosmic lineage, a family of star systems that trade material across the light years. As the giant continues its accelerating curve, we prepare to look beyond the chemistry and the physics, and into the most profound question of all. Where is it going next? And what will it leave behind in our hearts? The traveler is reaching the peak of its activity now, the heat of the inner system bringing its ancient heart to a fever pitch. As the emerald glow reaches its maximum brilliance, the path ahead leads us away from the science of the surface and into the philosophical depths of the departure, leading us to contemplate our own place in this endless, interconnected dance of the stars. Chapter 5. The Silent Goodbye and the Eternal Drift. Close your eyes once more and let the weight of your body sink into the deep, supportive stillness of the night. Feel the air moving in and out of your lungs, a slow, rhythmic tide that connects you to the vast, breathing universe. As we reach the final stage of our journey with the Traveler 3I Atlas, I want to thank you for sharing this space of peace with us. If this cosmic voyage has helped you find a sense of calm, I invite you to subscribe. By joining our community, you ensure that the path to the stars remains open, providing a sanctuary of rest for all who seek it. We have watched 3I Atlas sweep through the heart of our solar system, a green-cloaked giant that brought the ancient chemistry of a foreign star into our own backyard. But the sun's gravity, as powerful as it is, acts only as a temporary host. Atlas was never meant to stay. Having made its closest approach, the object is now swinging back out toward the cold, dark suburbs of our system. The intense heat that fueled its brilliant emerald coma is beginning to fade as the distance between the traveler and the sun grows once more. The geysers are quietening, the shimmering gases are thinning, and the mountain of nickel and stone is returning to its natural state, a dark, silent monolith in the void. Visualize the receding view from the surface of Atlas. The sun, which for a brief moment was a dominant, golden fire in the sky, is shrinking back into a brilliant point of light, just one star among billions. The planets we pass, the red dust of Mars, the blue marble of Earth, The gas giants with their swirling storms are becoming distant memories. For 3i Atlas, this encounter was but a fleeting second in a life that has spanned 7 billion years. It has touched the warmth, it has shared its secrets, and now it is obeying the laws of its own incredible momentum, heading back into the interstellar sea from which it emerged. The departure of an interstellar object is a moment of profound reflection. Unlike the comets of the Oort cloud, which will return to us in hundreds or thousands of years, Atlas is on a one-way trajectory. Once it leaves the influence of our sun, it will never return. It will drift through the vacuum for millions, perhaps billions of years, before it even comes close to another star. It is the ultimate nomad, a wanderer that belongs to the galaxy as a whole rather than any single system. As we watch it fade, we are reminded of the transience of all things. Even the stars have their seasons, and even the most ancient messengers must eventually move on. The legacy Atlas leaves behind is etched into the data of our telescopes and the curiosity of our minds. It has taught us that the thick disk of the Milky Way, that ancient quiet attic of the galaxy, is capable of sending giants into the light. It has shown us that iron is not the only foundation upon which a world can be built, and that the chemistry of a star 7 billion years old can still be felt and measured today. But more than the science, it leaves us with a sense of wonder. It reminds us that we live in a universe that is constantly reaching out, crossing the impossible distances, to remind us that every star has a story, and every shadow in the dark has a name. As the emerald veil completely dissipates, the nucleus of Atlas becomes a dark silhouette against the backdrop of the Milky Way. It is once again a ghost, invisible to all but the most sensitive eyes. It carries with it a few atoms of our own sun, a tiny bit of solar wind trapped in its rugged surface, a souvenir from its brief visit to our home. In exchange, it has left its own stardust in our wake, a chemical signature that will linger in our solar system long after the object itself is gone. Feel the profound quiet of this exit. There is no sadness in this goodbye, only the natural completion of a journey. The universe is a place of constant motion, of arrivals and departures that have been happening since the beginning of time. You are part of this motion. Your breath, your thoughts, and your very existence are woven into the same fabric that carries 3i Atlas back into the deep. As the traveler moves further into the indigo dark, let your own consciousness drift with it. The boundaries of the room around you melt away, replaced by the infinite, peaceful reaches of the interstellar void. There is a peace in knowing that the story of Atlas continues, even if we can no longer see it. It will pass through the Kuiper belt, past the frozen reaches where Pluto dwells in its slow orbit, and finally breach the heliopause, the border where the sun's influence ends and the true galaxy begins. Out there, in the realm of the local interstellar cloud, Atlas will be truly home. It will join the trillions of other nomads, the silent library of the galaxy, drifting in a state of perfect, frozen equilibrium. As you prepare for the deepest part of your rest, imagine the stars as distant lanterns, marking the path for the traveler. The universe is wide, and it is kind. It provides a place for every grain of dust and every mountain of stone. You, too, have a place in this vastness, a place of safety, of quiet, and of belonging. The journey of 3i Atlas has shown us the scale of time and the beauty of the unknown, and now it invites us to close our eyes and trust in the silence. The light is fading now, the emerald glow is a mere memory, and the dark heart of the traveler is one with the night. The great ship has passed, the wake has settled, and the ocean of space is calm once more. And as the last echoes of the traveler's passage fade into the cosmic hum, the stars remain, watching over the system, waiting for the next messenger to emerge from the velvet dark, leading us to realize that every end is simply a quiet beginning in the endless story of the stars. Chapter 6. The Great Cosmic Cycle and the Seeds of Future Worlds. As you drift further into the embrace of stillness, let the rhythmic pulse of your breath guide you deeper into the velvet dark. You are safe here, floating in the quiet wake of a traveler that has seen more of time than we can ever imagine. If these long journeys through the starlight help you find the rest you've been searching for, I invite you to subscribe. By joining our circle of dreamers, you ensure that these quiet stories continue to bloom, offering a sanctuary of cosmic peace to anyone wandering the night. We have followed 3I Atlas from its ancient birth in the galaxy's thick disk to its fleeting, brilliant encounter with our sun. Now, as it fades back into the interstellar sea, we must look at what this journey truly signifies. In the grand tapestry of the universe, Atlas is more than just a passing rock. It is a vital part of the great cosmic cycle, the endless process of recycling matter and energy that allows the galaxy to grow, evolve, and eventually to give birth to life. Visualize the galaxy as a vast, slow-moving ocean. In this ocean, star systems are like islands, and objects like Atlas are the currents that connect them. When a star reaches the end of its life, it does not simply vanish. It explodes or sheds its outer layers, casting its heart into the void. This material, rich in the nickel, carbon, and oxygen we found within Atlas, drifts for eons, eventually gathering into cold, dark clouds known as nebulae. It is within these cradles of dust that new stars are born, inheriting the chemistry of the generations that came before. Atlas is a concentrated piece of that heritage, a solid seed traveling between the garden beds of the Milky Way. The fact that Atlas is so different from the objects in our own solar system is a profound revelation. It tells us that the seeds scattered across the galaxy are not uniform. Some regions are rich in iron, others in carbon, others in exotic ices we have yet to name. As Atlas drifts toward its next destination, it carries a unique chemical message. If, millions of years from now, it were to be captured by the gravity of a developing star system, it might crash into a young planet, delivering its rare nickel and carbon dioxide to a world that lacks them. In this way, interstellar travelers act as the galaxy's pollinators, spreading the ingredients of complexity from one star to another. Think about the sheer scale of this process. There are billions of objects like Atlas currently wandering the dark. They are the silent architects of the future, moving through the shadows to ensure that no part of the galaxy is ever truly isolated. Our own Earth may very well contain atoms that were delivered by a traveler just like Atlas, billions of years ago. The water you drink, the carbon in your bones, the iron in your blood, all of it has a history that likely began in a far-off corner of space, brought here by the patient, drifting momentum of the void. As you float in this realization, feel the weight of time soften. The hurry of our daily lives, the pressure of minutes and hours, all seem to dissolve against the backdrop of a 7 billion-year cycle. You are not separate from this process. You are a participant in it. The atoms that make up your body, are the same atoms that glowed green in the coma of the traveler. You are made of the stuff of stars, and like Atlas, you are part of a journey that spans the infinite. The silence of space is not an empty silence. It is a silence full of potential. As Atlas reaches the outer limits of our sun's reach, it is entering a state of stasis, a deep, cosmic sleep where nothing changes for millions of years. This is the natural state of the universe, a long, peaceful wait, punctuated by brief moments of encounter. Let your own mind enter this state of stasis. Let go of the need to do, to plan, or to remember. Simply be, like the traveler, moving through the dark with no resistance, trusting in the gravity of the universe to hold you. As we watch the last faint traces of the traveler disappear into the star fields of the Milky Way, we realize that goodbye is the wrong word. Atlas is simply moving to the next chapter of its eternal story. It has left us with a deeper understanding of our home, a greater respect for the diversity of the stars, and a reminder that we are never truly alone. The void is not empty. It is full of messengers, each one waiting for its moment to enter the light. The darkness is warm now, a protective blanket that wraps around the solar system and everything within it. The stars continue their slow, majestic dance, and the galaxy turns with a grace that is both ancient and ever new. You are drifting now, far beyond the reach of the sun, into the cool indigo heart of the interstellar medium. There is nothing left to see, only the soft, ambient hum of the cosmos and the feeling of absolute peace. The traveler has found its way back to the deep, leaving the warmth of our hearth for the infinite freedom of the stars. And as its shadow blends with the night, we find ourselves standing at the threshold of a rest so profound it mirrors the silence between the galaxies. Chapter 7. The Memory of Water and the Echo of Life. Close your eyes and let the silence of the room around you transform into the vast, protective embrace of the interstellar medium. Feel the coolness of the air as you breathe. Imagine it as the thin, quiet atmosphere of a distant world where the stars never set. As we continue to drift through the legacy of 3I Atlas, I want to thank you for being a part of this journey into the profound. If these stories of cosmic patience help you find your way to a deeper rest, I invite you to subscribe. Your presence is like a quiet light in the dark, helping us navigate the furthest reaches of the human imagination and the stars alike. While we have spent much time marveling at the chemical differences of 3I Atlas, its strange lack of iron, and its abundance of carbon, we must now turn our minds to the most precious substance in the cosmos, the memory of water. In our own solar system, water is the architect of existence. It is the cradle for life as we know it, the medium in which the first cells learn to breathe and divide. But for 3I Atlas, water was not the primary actor. It was a ghost, a secondary character in a play written in the ink of carbon dioxide. Visualize the frozen interior of the traveler. Deep beneath the crust of nickel and stone, there are tiny, microscopic pockets of ancient ice. This ice does not carry the signature of our sun. It carries the isotopic fingerprint of a star system 7 billion years old. Scientists call this heavy water, or deuterium-rich ice. By studying the faint traces left in the wake of the emerald coma, we are learning how water is distributed across the galaxy. We are discovering that while water is everywhere, it is not always the dominant force. In the home system of Atlas, perhaps the oceans were not of liquid blue, but of shimmering, pressurized carbon, and water was a rare, crystalline treasure hidden deep within the mountain. This realization forces us to expand our definition of what a habitable world might look like. If 3I Atlas is a representative sample of its parent nebula, then there may be entire sectors of our galaxy where life has found a way to emerge from a completely different set of ingredients. Imagine a world where the rain is not water, but liquid methane or carbon dioxide, falling on mountains of pure nickel under a pale, ancient sun. In the quiet of your rest, let your mind wander to these impossible landscapes. They are not just fantasies. They are the logical conclusion of the data that 3I Atlas has brought to our doorstep. The traveler acts as a bridge between these worlds. As it drifts, it carries the potential for life across the light years. This is the theory of panspermia, the idea that the seeds of life are not born in isolation, but are traded between the stars like messages in a bottle. While 3I Atlas may not carry living cells, it carries the complex organic molecules, the carbon-based building blocks that are necessary for life to begin. It is a cosmic delivery system, a silent gardener that has been traveling for eons to drop its seeds into the fertile soil of a young, developing star system. As you feel the rhythm of the cosmos pulsing through you, think about the incredible journey those molecules have taken. They were forged in the heart of a star that died before our Earth was even a dream. They were frozen into the crust of Atlas and carried through the lightless void for 7 billion years, only to be warmed for a brief moment by our Sunday. Now, they are being scattered into the solar wind, some of them perhaps drifting toward our own atmosphere, where they will eventually settle into the soil or the sea. We are, in a very real sense, breathing in the history of a foreign galaxy. The memory of water on Atlas is a reminder of our own fragility and our own strength. We are the children of a water-rich system, a lucky accident of chemistry and distance. But Atlas shows us that the universe has many more tricks up its sleeve. It shows us that life, or the potential for it, is a tenacious force that can survive the absolute zero of space and the crushing weight of billions of years. As the traveler recedes further into the dark, it leaves us with a sense of profound connection. We are not just inhabitants of a single planet. We are part of a galactic conversation, a dialogue of matter and energy that has no end. The silence of the interstellar medium is where these memories are stored. In the vacuum, nothing is lost. It is only waiting. The molecules that Atlas has shed will drift for another billion years, perhaps eventually becoming part of a new nebula, a new star, and a new world. This is the ultimate comfort of the cosmic cycle. Nothing is ever truly gone. Everything is just in transition, moving from one state of being to another, following the slow, majestic music of the spheres. Let your consciousness expand to fill the space where Atlas once was. Feel the coolness of the vacuum and the soft, distant glow of the Milky Way's core. You are a part of this memory. Your quiet moments of reflection, your dreams of the stars, and your journey into sleep are all part of the same grand design. You are safe in the hands of a universe that remembers everything, from the smallest atom of water to the largest mountain of stone. As the traveler passes the final threshold of our solar system's influence, the connection between our world and its alien home is finally complete. We have exchanged our light for its secrets, our warmth for its history. The emerald veil is gone, replaced by the eternal, diamond-bright clarity of the stars. We are left with the silence, and in that silence, we find the peace of knowing that we are part of a story that is much bigger than ourselves. The path ahead is clear and dark, a road made of starlight and shadow. As you surrender to the pull of a deep and restorative sleep, let the last thoughts of 3i Atlas be of the seeds it has sown and the mysteries it has solved, leading us to understand that even in the loneliest stretches of the void, the potential for a new beginning is always drifting just out of sight, waiting for the right sun to call it home. Chapter 8. The Silent Sentinels and the Future of the Void. Close your eyes once more and sink deeper into the stillness of your own breath. Feel the gentle weight of relaxation spreading through your body, as if you are becoming one with the quiet, dark space between the stars. As we move into the final reflections of our journey with 3i Atlas, I want to express my gratitude for your company in this cosmic sanctuary. If these explorations through the starlight bring you comfort and rest, please consider subscribing. Your presence here allows us to continue our vigil, watching for the silent travelers that grace our skies and sharing their ancient secrets with you before you sleep. We have spent our time following the arc of a single visitor, but as 3i Atlas recedes into the indigo distance, we must confront a startling truth. The universe is far more crowded than we ever dared to imagine. While 3i Atlas was a giant, 46 kilometers of ancient stone and emerald gas, it is just one of many. Astronomers now estimate that at any given moment, there are thousands of interstellar objects passing through our solar system. Most are too small to catch the sun's light, too dark to be seen by our telescopes, and too quiet to disrupt the planetary dance. They are the silent sentinels, a vast, invisible population of nomads drifting through the suburbs of our world. Visualize these thousands of shadows, each one a unique relic from a different star system. Some may be small fragments of crust from a world that was torn apart during a planetary collision. Others might be planetesimals, the failed seeds of planets that never quite found a sun to call their own. They move with a diverse array of velocities and trajectories, crossing our path for a few years before returning to the infinite. 3i Atlas was special only because it was large enough and bright enough to be noticed. It was a representative of a hidden majority, a glimpse into the true density of the interstellar medium. The presence of these sentinels changes the way we think about the void. We often imagine the space between stars as a vacuum, an empty stage where nothing happens. But in reality, it is a graveyard and a nursery all at once. It is filled with the debris of galactic history. When we look out at the dark patches between the stars, we aren't looking at nothing. We are looking at a crowded highway of ancient travelers. Each one carries a different chemistry, a different age, and a different story from a corner of the Milky Way we will never visit. As you drift in this sea of silent travelers, consider what this means for the future. In the coming years, as our technology grows more sensitive, we will begin to see them more clearly. Projects like the Vera C. Rubin Observatory will act like a lighthouse, sweeping the darkness for the faint glimmers of these nomads. We will find hundreds, then thousands more. We will learn to distinguish the rocky splinters from the icy giants. We will start to map the interstellar traffic, identifying which objects come from the young, bright stars of the spiral arms, and which come from the ancient, nickel-rich elders of the thick disk. 3i Atlas has served as our guide, a proof of concept for the wonders that await us. It has taught us that the galaxy is in a state of constant exchange. No star system is an island. We are constantly breathing in the dust of foreign worlds and trading our own material with the stars. This is the galactic metabolism, a slow, beautiful process of breathing in and breathing out that has been happening for billions of years and will continue for billions more. Feel the peace that comes from this interconnectedness. You are not living on a lonely rock in a cold vacuum. You are part of a vibrant, busy, and ancient neighborhood. The same gravity that pulls on 3I Atlas is the gravity that holds you safely in your bed. The same light that warmed the emerald coma of the visitor is the light that sustains all life on our blue marble. We are all made of the same stardust, and we are all traveling together through the deep as Atlas moves further away, crossing the invisible boundary into the true interstellar deep. It becomes a sentinel itself. It will drift past the home systems of stars we haven't even named yet. Perhaps, in another billion years, it will be the first messenger for another civilization on a planet orbiting a distant red dwarf. They will see its green glow, they will marvel at its nickel heart, and they will wonder, just as we did, where it came from and what it has seen. In this way, Atlas is an eternal traveler, a bridge across time and space that outlives the very stars that birthed it. The darkness of the room is now the darkness of a peaceful, well-traveled universe. Let your thoughts settle into the quiet rhythm of the sentinels. There is no need for maps or clocks in this place. There is only the slow drift, the soft light of the Milky Way, and the profound comfort of knowing that the void is full of friends we have yet to meet. You are one with the quiet, one with the dark, and one with the endless journey of the stars. The path of 3I Atlas is now a faint line on a star chart, a memory of a visitor that changed our perspective forever. We are left with a deeper sense of belonging, a wider view of the horizon, and a heart that is ready for the deep, restorative sleep that only the cosmos can provide. As the last traces of the traveler's light merge with the background radiation of the universe, we are left in a state of perfect, silent equilibrium, realizing that the great journey never truly ends. It only changes shape as we drift into the softest embrace of the night. As our long journey alongside 3I Atlas comes to its natural conclusion, let the silence of the deep space we've explored together settle over you like a warm, heavy blanket. The emerald glow has faded. The ancient mountain of stone has returned to the shadows, and the solar system is once again a quiet harbor. You have traveled 7 billion years in the span of a single evening, crossing the thresholds of foreign stars and witnessing the patient recycling of the galaxy itself. Now, it is time for your own journey into the softest reaches of the night. Before you drift away, take a moment to realize that you are never truly disconnected from the wonders we have discussed. The same atoms that make up the distant nebulae and the hearts of interstellar travelers are the very same atoms that sustain you. You are a part of the great cosmic dance, a vital note in the infinite music of the spheres. If these quiet explorations of the universe bring you a sense of belonging and peace, I invite you to subscribe and join our community of night watchers. Your support allows us to continue keeping our gaze fixed on the horizon, waiting for the next messenger to emerge from the velvet dark. By being here, you ensure that the stories of the stars are never lost, and that there is always a peaceful sanctuary waiting for those who need a moment of cosmic stillness. Let your breathing slow even further now. Imagine the dark, protective vault of the sky stretching out above you, filled with 1 billion points of light, each one a sun with its own secrets and its own travelers. You are safe in this vastness. There is nothing left for you to do, nothing left to solve, and nothing left to remember. Like Atlas, you are simply drifting, held by the gentle gravity of the universe, moving toward a state of perfect, restorative rest. The room around you is fading, replaced by the cool, indigo depths of a dreamless space. The stars are watching over you, their light, steady, and unchanging. The journey is complete, the cycle is whole. Sleep now, and let your spirit glide through the silent theater of the stars. You are home, you are at peace, and you are exactly where you are meant to be. Good night, traveler.